wanted to show you the new Cosmo Cube Posh Bling. It arrived just a couple of days ago and I put everything in it, but I'm gonna be returning this one to swap it for one that does not have the crystals because there's a little bit of glue residue that I'm really not liking the look of. Everything that I brought in from Shop My Stash last week is inside the acrylic organizer, along with anything that I was panning or that I have in rotation, like my setting spray. This unit has the 3 drawers on top that are the same size with individual organizers in each of these 3, and then a larger drawer on the bottom. The Posh Bling is on sale for $139, and they had a promotion at Cosmo Cube where you could get an additional 30% off. So I applied that promotion and I got it shipped for $102. Inside this first drawer, you'll see that I included my primers and the concealers. Lippies are here. Eye primer and the glitter glue, and then eyeliner back here, and then the glitters and toppers I'm using over here. And this pulls out, so if you need to, resize it, you can customize for what you need. The drawers can be removed completely if you'd like to, and this one has a 4-way organizer in it that's also removable and customizable. And back here I have my brow products and some lip glosses here with a lip liner. And then my bronzers and blushes are here, and then I have my highlighters here. In the third drawer down, this is a 3-way organizer, and it has a few powders and primers, foundation, glow enhancers, and my mascaras in there. This last drawer holds all the palettes, and it's a really good size. As you can see, it's probably my favorite drawer. It's very roomy. Moving on to the items that I had in rotation this week. This is the Coral Crush Steal Like Glitter and Glow, and it was really lovely. It's got a beautiful sparkle to it. And this is the Natasha Denona. It's a duochrome, and this is in burnt terracotta and green, and they both have a nice sheen to them. And here's some swatches. Hopefully you can see that color shift, especially on the Natasha Denona. Moving on to some of the lippies that I had in this week. There's this NARS Power Lip Pigment, and it definitely dries down matte, and you can see a swatch of that right there. I also had MAC Cream Sheen and Cream Cup in, and it was a very pretty shade. I'll just open that for you so you can see it. Very pretty color. It's very sheer. And you can see a swatch of that right here. And then I had in this MAC Please Me, also a very pretty shade. I think I need to bring some reds and such in next time because I had a lot of nudes this week. And there's a swatch right there of MAC Please Me. I also had the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW10, and there's a swatch of it right there in my hand. It's a pretty good concealer. It's got great coverage. These are the highlighters that I had in rotation this week. This is Becca Berlin Girl Glow, and I also had NARS Fort de France in rotation. And here's some swatches for you. And Berlin Girl Glow is on the left, and NARS Fort de France is on the right. and they're super smooth, and I really enjoyed using them this week. These are the bronzer and blushes that I had in this week. This is Urban Decay in Bronzed, and there's a swatch on top for that. We had MAC Hush Tone, which was just as pretty as what I had heard, and that's right there in the middle. And it's got a nice sheen to it, and that's an Extra Dimension Skin Finish Blush, or Extra Dimension Blush. And then the Loves Me Not from NARS is a very pretty pale blush, and that's on the bottom there. These are the powders and glow enhancers, primers, and foundation that I had in rotation. This was Huda Beauty Pound Cake, and it's a really nice powder. The only issue I have with it is it has a very strong floral scent. That takes a little getting used to. And this Peach Translucent powder, it's pretty nice, but it definitely is not as translucent as what they're advertising it as. And the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NW10, that was a good match for me. I did enjoy using it. The strobe cream is so pretty, and I'll put a little bit on for you. And then I love that Becca blurring primer. It was pretty nice. It's not something that I would use on a regular basis. I don't think that it's really for somebody with dry skin. I think that's more so for somebody that has oily skin. And this just is to give you a little idea of the sheen that you get from the MAC Strobe Cream. And that was in Peach Light. The Too Faced Tickled Peach, oh, it smells divine, and the shades are gorgeous. And here are some swatches for you. This is a Saucebox Nocturne palette, and I really did enjoy these shades, and this green and the purple were my favorites. And it was more of a pairing palette for me when I used the Ace Beauty. And here's some swatches for you. Look at that green. This is the Ace Beauty Blossom Passion palette. It's got a lot of beautiful shades of pinks and reds. And here's some swatches for you. And it was really a lovely palette, but some of these pinks, the shades do look similar when you put them on the eyes. Alright, it's time to put everything away after I sanitize it with alcohol and shop my stash. I was worried this video was getting a little long, so I went ahead and I just pulled the items from the drawer this week, and next week we'll get back to normal. And here's some swatches of the lippies that I pulled. So the one on top there is from Lime Crime, and it's called Birthday Suit. Isn't that packaging just so cute? It's got a little unicorn on it, and I'll show you what the bullet itself looks like there. And the next lippy that I pulled is this one from Bite Here, and it's called Hazelnut. And I'll show you what the bullet looks like on this one. I like the shape of these. And I picked this up at TJ Maxx. And right there in the middle you can see a swatch of that one. And lastly, I pulled one of the Too Faced ones. It's the throwback metallic ones, and this one is Too Hot. I love how sparkly that is, and that's a swatch there on the bottom. And I'll show you the bullet of this one, and it's a metallic lipstick. I'm going to add these right in this section, and they fit perfectly. I decided to leave in the foundation and primer, the Becca and the MAC here for another week. And I have this Jeffree Star powder in translucent that I'm going to bring in. And it'll go right here in this drawer. I'm going to bring in a couple of the JD Glow liquid gel liners. And the shades are Shook It and Translate, and there's a couple of swatches. And they are duochromes and they're very pretty, but it's hard to catch these on camera. And they'll go right here with the mascaras. I'm going to bring in one of the Huda Beauty Matte Melted eyeshadows, and these are very pretty. And there's some swatches. And I'll put those also in the drawer with the mascaras. I'm going to bring in a couple of the Shimmer and Glitter and Glows from Stila. And I've got the shades Diamond Dust and Into the Blue. And here's a couple of swatches. And I'll just add these in that first compartment. I pulled a mineralized skin finish in Warm Rose, and there's a swatch there on top. And I also pulled this Cover FX palette, and this came in a BoxyCharm, and it is in light medium, and it's the Perfector face palette. Who else got this? Anybody? And there's some swatches for you. And I suspect that some of this is going to be too dark for my skin tone, so it's possible that I'll bring in another highlighter, and I'll let you know if I do. I'm going to place the MAC powder here and put the face palette in the bottom drawer. I've got the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette I'm going to bring in, and here's some swatches for you. I'm going to place that in this bottom drawer here. This is the Menagerie Cosmetics Wellsong palette, and I have a few swatches here for you. Isn't that art pretty? And I'm super excited to give this one a try. Anybody else pick this up? I'm just going to add it to the bottom drawer here. I have a Huda Beauty Neon palette, and this is the one that's basically just neon pinks. And it's so pretty, and here's some swatches for you. I'm just going to add it to the bottom drawer also. So as you can see, this is going to be a colorful week for me, and I'm super excited about it. And I'll see you next week.